Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Show back with another video. So this is a very much requested video. And if you've been around my channel for more than a year, you would have seen, or if you're a year 10, you know, you would have seen my year 10 video, my year 10 advice video that I made last year. So I'm doing like the second part, you know, obviously a year on, we're gonna do year 11 advice. But before we get into that, I would just like to say thank you so much for 1k subscribers. I never thought I'd actually reach, like, I was hoping to reach that point. It's not like a huge milestone, it's not like 100k, like a million or anything, but it's still a milestone, and I'm so happy to have achieved that. And your girl's getting there, guys. Okay, so last year I had 10 tips for you, like number 1, blah, 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 number 2, blah, blah, but I'm gonna do this video a little differently. I'm gonna do it like chronologically, so what happens in September, what to do in October, November, December, blah, 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 all the way up to your exams. And then, you know, it's summer, so hopefully I make sense. I wrote everything down in the same book I wrote stuff down last year. Last year was very organized, you know, and then this year it's like this. You probably can't even see, but it's very messy. If you wanna, you can watch the year 10 video because everything said there still applies, except for like, oh, it's different now because year 9 to year 10 is quite different for some schools. But year 10 and year 11 is going to be like the same in terms of what you're learning because you're still doing the same subjects. You get me? Okay. I know everyone's gone back to school now. Like, I had my first day of college today. First college today, and it was good. Okay, so you've made it through year 10. Well done. I know, it's hard. 1 more year left. You're nearly there. September, you know, coming back from school holidays, you're probably like not in the mood to work at all. Like, I know I wasn't. I know that I came home on the first. No, I didn't go home on the first day. On the first day I went out and I ate pizza with Eunice, but I didn't do any work. I probably napped the next day, but that's okay. You want to ease yourself back into like, we're literally only filming for 4 minutes and my camera wanted to turn off, which doesn't make any sense. As I was saying, you want, I like proper went into all my tips and everything. Oh, 24, everything I just if you're anything like me, you probably didn't do anything over the summer. I had some revision days. I really didn't do anything. I had homework to read Jane Eyre for English literature, and I didn't, and it was like 500 pages and I read like 100, and I just like looked up the rest and stuff, and I got a 6, but I wanted more than a 6, but I knew that I couldn't get a 6 because I didn't read the book. So reading the book is very crucial. You might have already done it. Basically the point of this bit is, if you got summer homework, they're not going to give it to you if they didn't think that you didn't need to do it. So basically whatever they give you, you need to do because they wouldn't give it to you otherwise. September is also the time when you can start applying to colleges, and this might be all like really confusing for you because I know it was for me last year. Things I realised, you can apply to as many colleges as you want and you don't have to make the decision until after you get your results where you want to go. So you want to apply to as many colleges as you can, because you don't want to limit yourself or like not do a subject you want to do. Actually, I'll get into that later. October is usually when the open days are for like this area. I'm not sure how it is elsewhere, it might be different. Obviously all you have to do is go onto the college website, find out when the open days are. There's usually some in October and May, that's what I know. Attend as many open evenings as you want, get all the information, all the leaflets on what you want to do. You might already have an idea in your head. That is if you even want to go to college. If you don't, that's what, like, that's your decision. But this is all about doing it now so you don't stress about it later, because I know people that left their college applications to like a day before the deadline and they didn't have an interview till like February or whatever. The whole process is really long. The quicker you do it, the quicker you get the first bit over and done with. You don't have to say specifically what you want to do, just some subjects that you'd be interested in. So I wrote down media, maths and business, but I'm doing maths, psychology, further maths and business. So I'm not doing media and I'm doing further maths. So you don't need to specifically say what subjects you want to do, just what you're interested in. If you need help writing a personal statement, you can, you know, feel free to message me, ask me in the comments, message me on Snapchat or Instagram. Both of them are shirleydsouza, links in the description below. Make sure you go to all the open evenings so you know what colleges are like, and you can apply to as many as you want. I recommend going to all the interviews, following through with everything until you've got your results and you know what you can do and what you can't, because different colleges have different entry requirements. So you don't want to limit yourself, because say you need, I found an SD card that doesn't want to be a bitch about it. You limit yourself and then you have to change the options you want to do, is basically what I was saying, but I don't know what bit it cut off at. So apply to as many colleges, follow through with all the interviews, go to all the taster days until you really see what you like. Even after you get your results, you might change your mind. Like, I have so many friends that were like, oh yeah, I want to go to blah blah blah, but then they like, you know, on enrollment day, they're like, boom, let me just go there instead. Don't stress about what subjects you want to do, just have like a rough idea. And you know what, if you don't want to go to college, you can always talk to your school about apprenticeships and stuff if you don't have a really clear understanding on that, because I don't know, because I'm not doing it. I can only help you with what I know. So it is October now, well not now, but it will be October soon, and so by this time you'd want to be revising at least 2, 3 or 4 times a week. That seems like a good amount of time if you think about it. Like there's 7 days in a week, and 5 days of them you are at school. You know, maybe once on Monday, once on Wednesday, once on Tuesday, and then like Sunday, and then like, you know, every other day. That's the word. That's the phrase. For me, I had mocks in November. You might have them in December or like January time. So you obviously want to be on top of your game. Mine was on everything from September to like up to that point in November. I had to revise. It was better than having to do everything in year. Was it? Yeah, no, it was literally just September, October, November. Whatever we learnt then, we had mocks on, because we already had mocks on the other stuff. Something like that. Might be different for you. Obviously, you have to make sure you know what you're actually revising for, what exam you're doing, what paper, etc. You should have at least all of your major notes from year 10 and like revision. You should have that done, ready, flashcards. So say you learn topic 1 to 4 of biology in year 10, you should have all of that done in flashcards or mind maps, however you revise. And I say you should have that done. I did not have that done, like not even like a week before exam, but I struggled. So you don't want to do that. You want to have it prepared and ready. And also there is a noise, but I can't get rid of the noise. And it's October and you have mocks coming up. If you think about it, you only have, I got an 8 in maths. Why can I not count? You have like 6-7 months of school left. 6-7, well, sorry, okay. You don't want to stress too much. Like in every single one of these tips, I'm just like, you don't want to stress, but you have to take the steps in order to stop yourself from stressing as well. And that's not just chilling out, having relaxing days, that's doing your work when you need to do it so you don't have to stress about it later. Year 11 actually goes by so fast. I can't believe it's been a year since we started. It really does not feel like that. You want to enjoy, but you have to have you wanna have balance. Okay, November is when I had mocks. You might have mocks. I know people in my school will have mocks at this time. You wanna make sure, like I said this before, but you wanna make sure you know what papers you're doing, because there's no point in revising for like English literature paper 1 when you haven't even like read Jane Eyre, you know, haven't done that in class, haven't gone over it and stuff. Half term, we had half term and then mock started right afterwards. That's the week I was revising, which is bad. Like I said, you want to start in October, you know, just September ease yourself into it, October start studying, like revising more, but then as you lead up to mocks, that's when you want to like really like start going in for it, because it's like practice for the real exam, except it's more crammed together so you have less time. Real exams last for like a month, 5 weeks, but mocks is usually like 2 weeks, and I had 2 exams every day, or 3 if you're like really unlucky. Always ask for help from your teachers. They are there to help you. Your friends, if you don't understand something, honestly, there are so many websites and revision sites and literal people there just to help you do your best, so you want to use them. That's the only time you use people. Okay, if your school has workshops for mocks, go to them. They really help. Or any extra help, so like maths club during lunch or just maths help during lunch, you want to go to that. Let me just say, mocks aren't everything. They're just to see how you cope with the stress and revision. Except, like I said, they're really crammed together, so it will be different, but not that different. And also gets you used to like standing outside, queuing up, getting ready, you know, all the formalities of it, and like what you need to bring, having a clear pencil case and all the equipment and stuff. In December I got my results, so that might be when you get your results. Or it might be different, or it might be longer, or it might be afterwards, you know. Just literally do not worry if you did worse than you thought, because they aren't your real exams. They show you what you need to improve on. Don't think about it like negatively. You want to shine a positive light on negative things. So you know you did badly on like this maths paper, you want to work on, you know, those questions, algebra, stuff like that, or you did really bad in English language paper 1, go through that with your teacher, find loads of notes online, ask your friends if they did really well, like, oh, how do you answer this question, you know, how do you do your long 20-mark question or something, like, what's your structure, like, that's what I was doing, and I did okay. But you want to do the best. I did the best, I think, in literature. I got a 6. I mean, I did my best and I got a 6, but the best, I mean, I got 8 in maths, you know. And, you know, December, Christmas, all of that, 2 weeks of holidays, or more or less, I don't know. You don't want to completely relax, but it is Christmas, so you want to, you know, enjoy the festive holidays with your friends and family, but don't forget that you literally only, like, you will go back to school and you have 5 months or less until exams start, which is not a lot of time. Like I said, year 11 goes by really fast and you just, boom, whoa, it's May before you know it, you know. Enjoy, but keep the balance over Christmas. So now we're in January. Oh yeah, December to January time, you might have your interviews for college. They shouldn't be something to stress about. Go over your personal statement, remember what stuff, like things you said, why you want to do certain subjects if you have a rough idea, and like your extracurriculars. It's kind of like, remember what you said, because they're gonna be asking you about it, and if you lied about something, then you want to like know what you said. Don't lie in your personal statement, because the college literally just wants you, you know, and it's about your predicted grades as well. Like, it's not going to be based on like, oh yeah, we really like you so you can come. It's based on your grades, obviously. Yeah, January goes by really fast. This is when you want to hardcore revise. Like, I'm not kidding, like, start January. In January I was like, oh yeah, I'll start revising next week, I'll start revising next week, and then it was the week before exams. So you don't want to do that. Don't procrastinate. At least 5-6 times a week, so like nearly every day. Obviously give yourself breaks. Don't stress yourself out too much. Don't put too much work on yourselves. Don't put too much pressure on yourselves, because you're just gonna break. You will just break under the pressure, like, oh my god, I need to do this, you know, like, this is also the time you can accept college offers, I'm pretty sure, and you can accept more than one. Might be a tad different. And like I said, always ask for help. There is nothing wrong with asking for help. If you need help, but otherwise you can't better yourself, you can't get better at what you're not doing so well in. February, Feb, you know, half term to revise, but obviously keep the balance, guys, because you only have a week, and then you might have like some like little exams. I had maths exams right after, and I did bad for me. I got like a, I don't know, but it was not good, and then I upped my game and I got an 8. I think I went from like a 4 over 5 because of the papers were just really bad. I went from like a 4 over 5 to an 8. I love maths, that's why I've taken maths and further maths. Obviously that's just an example of, like, you put that effort in, you will be so happy with the results you get out. Use the half term to revise. Yeah, obviously Valentine's Day and all of that, you know, go out with your boo, have some fun, or your friends, your girl gang, you know, or boy gang, but keep balance. March, ask for help. You're getting very, very, very close to exams, and you really don't want to not know what you're doing. You want to get your exam techniques on point, you know, point evidence, explain. I don't know what comes after P. It's just like another P. Evaluate, you know, get all of those structures down. Go to workshops. So after April, that's when all of our workshops started, I'm pretty sure. No, before April, I don't know, but I never really went to them. I went to like 3. I went to maths ones, like more than other ones. I went to RE twice. I went to business once. I got an A in RE, and I don't know how, because here's an example of putting effort in and actually doing so well. You'll be so happy with yourself. When I saw the 8 on the paper, I was like, no way did I get an 8, because at the start of year 10 I was getting 2s and 3s in RE. 2s and 3s, and I was just like, whoa, I am not someone that gets 2 or 3s, because I know I can do better than that. Obviously there's nothing wrong with getting 2s or 3s if that's your like aim, but that was not my aim. I had to get an 8. I had to get a 7. I got an 8. That was gonna be like a 6. If you're enjoying the video, give it a thumbs up. The workshops, they actually really help, because I know Eunice went to like every single one, and Eunice got 9s and like 8s and 7s and 6s, you know, top end of the stuff. April, 2 weeks. Don't waste 2 weeks. What did I do in the 2 weeks? I saw my friends like nearly every day, which obviously didn't work out. You know, you wanna revise. It's April and it's May. April and it's May. And do you know how fast April goes by. That's 2 weeks. Basically, I don't know what the dates are because half term's not always like April. It's like a bit of March, then a bit of April, but it might just be April. How many times I said April? I don't know. Hardcore revise, I'd say. Obviously take breaks, look after yourself, but you have to revise. May, exam times. I started May 14th, I think, my RE exam. Hopefully you've got all the material finished. It's okay if you don't, because if it's just like one topic, one subtopic, then you can just read that thoroughly like before the exam. Like I know right up until, like I had everything done for business, but I was still going through all my notes right up until like 5 minutes before the exam, and I had to go downstairs, put my bags away and stuff. You get what you put in, which is like, so when my friends were worrying about the exams, instead of like being like, oh no, oh my god, you'll do fine and stuff, like I'm like, you get what you put in. And that's why I couldn't be upset by my results, because if so what did I not do so well in? Like literature, I was like, I put my best in, but I didn't put a lot. I know my best isn't a lot, but it's my best. And that's what I got out, and I got a 6, and I thought I was gonna get like a 3 or something. So I'm happy with that. You get what you put in, like full stop. Boom, you know, you get what you put in. The harsh truth, but it's the truth, you know. You put in 100%, you get out 100%. Pretend it's like a physics, you know, what's the total useful output or something, I don't know. I got a 6. That'll actually go by quite fast, and then you have another half term, and I know every day except like 2 of those days are revised. Yeah, every day but 2 of those days are revised, but you want to have obviously your breaks like in between that. June, nearly over. I had 2 weeks of exams. You'll probably have like the same-ish. As it gets to the end of the exams, you'll find yourself wanting to like not revise as much, not put in as much effort. Well, that was like with me, I would revise less because I had more time to prepare during the half term. Oh my god! Oh yeah, you want to organize yourself. You want to make sure you have I don't know, I can't believe I wrote this. I can't believe I didn't write this down. From like February onwards, I'd say I recommend doing a revision timetable. It will really help. Obviously, just do a revision timetable how you want to do it, but just make sure that you're doing like an even amount of each subject with breaks in between and enough time to do everything else. So I would get home, this is like 2-3 weeks before exams, I would get home by 4. If I wasted more time, so it would maybe move to 5, then I had less time afterwards. So I would get home around by 4, be ready to revise by 5, hour of a subject. No, do like 45 minutes of a subject, have a 5-minute break. No. 45 minutes of one subject, 45 minutes of another, then take a small 10-15 minute break. Then just do that up until like 9 o'clock. Then I'd shower, then I'd have dinner. I have dinner really late, so it doesn't really like bother me, but obviously you want to fit that in. After dinner, I know you'd be like full and tired and stuff because you've eaten, but if you go revise after that, honestly just do what's best for you. Try and do as much as you can without stressing yourself out and making sure you have a balance while you do it. So we really stand a camera that stops filming. Anyways, as I was saying, if you know you're wasting time elsewhere, you want to make that up because you don't have any other time to make that up. Yeah. So as I was saying, still put effort in. I didn't have my exam, like my paper 2s till afterwards, so I didn't worry about doing the revision material until that half term just before that. Like you get a week off. I had, you know, it's half term, like everyone has that week off from school to like hardcore do all of that. Yeah, so still put effort in. You get more lazy as you like go through exams. Well, I did. I don't know, you know, I know some people didn't, but if you're like me, then you might do, but that's the opposite of what you want to do. And there is this it's not an ad or whatever. I love this website. This website really came through for me. I found it the weekend before my exams, so you know I was on that every single day when I couldn't be bothered to write out all my notes, because I really hate that. I prefer, you know, I'm like a tech gal. I prefer doing everything on my phone or like my laptop. It's just easier, and if I make a mistake I can go back and erase it and stuff, and like it's just so much quicker. There's a website called Seneca. It's not Seneca, because that's stupid. Sorry, Eunice. Seneca or something like that. I'll put the link in the below. Oh my god, it's so good. You sign up, you know, you just put whatever thing in it if you're doing GCSEs. Oh my god, they're making one for A-level. I'm so happy. Anyways, so and they basically have different, like, they have all the specifications, they have they should have all the subjects now, but it is so good. Quite interactive. It's got videos, it's got like match these up, or like which one's true, which one's false. It tells you the information, obviously. Doesn't tell you everything you need to know, because when I was comparing it to like my actual revision guide, it didn't have all of that, but a lot of it. So you can't just rely on that. You have to obviously do your backup work and stuff. Backup work, revise from both, but if you're like lazy, then you want to go on Seneca. For example, I did no food tech revision the day before my exam, which was my second to last exam, so obviously I was very lazy at this point. Went on Seneca, they had the whole food specification. I thought I had to read through that whole CGP book. Oh, I didn't. Oh, I did not, because Seneca had the whole specification, topics 1 to 5, every single thing I needed to know. And I also had, for the last 3 days at our school, we had, what was it called, like study days, when we didn't have to come into school if we didn't have an exam. So on that day I had an exam, my food tech exam. People had Spanish, but no one else had exams. So everyone was at home revising for the last exam, which was physics. Well, some people had like other exams. How many times do I have to say exams? Anyways, I got home the day before, the Wednesday, and I went through 3 of the topics then, and then 2 in the morning, because I didn't have to go in until the afternoon for my workshop and then my exam. I got a 7. I wanted like an 8. Obviously, it wasn't just based on that. I had like the actual cooking part, which I got 78 out of 100 for. So if I wanted to get a 9, I had to get 95 or above out of my written paper, because it was out of 100. And I knew I wouldn't get that, so I knew I wouldn't get a 9 or an 8, I think, I'm not sure, but I got a 7, which I'm really proud of, because that is an A, something, but it's a very good something. And that was just Seneca. Obviously I already knew all of this because it's food tech, and like it's kind of like common sense to me because it's food and I love food. And I love food, yeah. I want to be a chef because I love food. No, I don't want to be a chef. I don't know what I'm going to be, you know, uni, college, you know, everything, but that's a stress to talk about later. Anyways, as I was saying, Seneca's very good. That's the whole point of this, and I really recommend it, and especially if you start using it now at the start of year 11, it will really help you remember. I just used it for like the milks heated up to this degree and stuff like the exact specific numbers that I didn't know, and yeah. Seneca's very good. I recommend it. There's also, I'm going to make a revision video because there's a lot. I speak really fast sometimes, I'm sorry. There's a lot, many very good websites to go on for revision. Really recommend, because I don't like writing stuff out, but sometimes it helps. Okay, I think that is everything. Oh yeah, then you finish exams and you will be so happy. I could just see everyone around me when that physics exams ended. For like, if it was, most of us, it was our last exam. For some people it wasn't, but most of us, everyone was just, he was like, you can put your pants down, and I was just like, and he was just, the invigilator was just smiling at all of us because he could see how happy and excited we were. And I literally got out of the exam and I just like kind of like, you know, kind of just like, yes, got out and I was just so happy. It was, you know, and it will all be worth it. And then I had prom, and I went on NCS, and your summer was like 2 months long because college starts really late as well. It's the 10th today, and literally had like 2 months of summer and did NCS. And everyone says, well, people were saying it's the best summer of your lives, but like this year I guess people were just complaining because it wasn't that good, but like mine was good. It's just, you know, what you do with it and stuff, and then you can relax for 2 months, and then you have to go to college. So good luck, guys. I really hope you do well. Let me know if any of this has helped you, and yeah, I really hope you guys do well in your exams, and I hope you take what I've said into consideration, because I've literally spent the last year of my life going through all of that and just knowing what I should have done better, what I should have done instead of something else. And yeah, so if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and let me know some video suggestions in the comments. Yeah, did I say subscribe? You should subscribe. Oh my god, yeah, thank you for 1K subscribers again. So happy! Literally, this was my reaction when I found out. Like, I literally screamed. I refreshed the page and I just saw the number go from like wasn't even 900, it was like 800, 900 something, to 1,007. I was like, oh my god, no way. And I was just like, you guys did that, thank you so much. I say a lot also. Okay, so bye.